Okay, last question. Factorize here. So you notice we've got a quadratic here, and of course with a quadratic it's the opposite of file, so you're going to have two brackets. Okay, and if it's just x squared, if there's nothing in front of the x, you just write x in both brackets. Okay, and then over here we'll do the multiply add. Now we want to find a pair of numbers here that multiply to give this here, multiply to give 100, and add up to give this value here in front of the x, so minus 20. Okay, so two numbers. Now what I would always do is just think about two numbers that multiply to give 100. For instance, you might think 50 and 2. They multiply to give 100, don't they? But do they add up to give, can you add them to get like 20 or minus 20? And there's no way you can add these to get to 20. So that's no good, okay? So you need to think of another pair. You know, you could think of 25 times 4. Okay, that will give you 100, won't it? Yeah, 25 times 4 gives you 100. So they multiply to give 100. Can you get 20 from here? No, not quite. Close, but not quite. Okay, so you just think about all the pairs that multiply to give 100. So what about 10 times 10? Of course, they multiply, don't they, to give 100. Can you get that to add up to give minus 20? And you can, of course. You need them both to be minus, wouldn't you? If they both minus at 10s, that will add up to give minus 20. Now check, if you multiply these, do you still get 100? And you do, don't you? Because when you multiply two negatives, it becomes a positive. So minus 10, minus 10. Okay, now what you should be doing here as well with this answer is noticing the brackets are the same. So you should then be writing this as x minus 10 all squared. Okay. Great. Part B, same sort of approach again. You start with x's in both brackets. Okay. And this time we're going to multiply to give minus 39. Okay, so the last number there is going to multiply to give that number there, so minus 39. Add up then to give this number here, which is minus 10. Okay, so two numbers. Think again of two numbers that multiply to give 39. Okay, so I'm thinking 13 and 3. Okay, that works, doesn't it? That multiplies to give 39. Don't worry about the minus, just think about two numbers that multiply to give 39, and those two work. Can we get these to add up to give minus 10? We can, can't we? Be careful, we have to put a minus somewhere. Be careful where you put your minus. If you put your minus in front of both of them, then that will give you minus 16, so that's no good. If you put your minus here, that will give you 10. 13 minus 3 is 10, that's no good. So you need to put your minus here, don't you? And that gives you minus 16, so if we make that a plus, so minus 13 plus 3 gives me minus 10, which works. When I multiply them, it multiplies to give minus 39. So again, we've got our answer there. So minus 13 plus 3. Okay, down here, now with this one, you've got a number in front of the x squared. You've got to do a little bit more work. Now in each bracket this time, because there's a 3 in front of the x squared, we write 3x in front of each bracket, right? And remember when we do the multiply add thing, it's a little bit more complicated this time, because we don't say it's got to multiply to give this. We've got to take that first number and times this last number here, 12, by that 3, so that gives you 36. So it must multiply to give 36, and again add to give that minus 37. There are two numbers here that multiply to give 36, add to give minus 37. Well, simple one in this case, because 36 times 1, if you think about it, they'll multiply to give 36, and you can get that to be minus 37. They both have to be minus, don't they? Okay, both have to be minus, and when you multiply them, you get plus 36. So minus 36 minus 1. Okay, don't forget though, because I've times through by 3, I have to pay back, so I need to divide by 3. Okay, now in this first bracket here, there's a factor of 3 then. Okay, so you look now to see what factors there are in these brackets. You can see there's a factor of 3 here, yeah? So take 3 out. What do you times by 3 to get 3x? Well, that'll be x. What do you times by 3 to get 36? So that'll be 12, so minus 12. Is there any factors in here? There isn't there? It's just 3x minus 1 all over 3. So the 3's cancel, because there's 3 on the top, divide by 3 on the bottom, that goes, and you're left with your answer. Okay? Now it doesn't matter if you've got this bracket before this one, it doesn't matter as long as you've got these two brackets. Last one, right, this one, it looks like a straightforward factorising one, but when you look for factors, you don't find any. In fact, this is still double brackets, but it's what is known as the difference of two squares. Okay, so if you notice here, this is 5x all squared, yeah? Okay. That's what you get when you square 5x, isn't it? Okay. And this here is, of course, 4 squared. Okay. 16 is the square of 4. 25x squared is the square of 5x. It's the difference, okay, the difference of two squares. And when you've got the difference of two squares, quite simply, it becomes 5x plus 4, 5x minus 4. Okay, so, you know, multiply it out, and you soon see you get back to that answer. Okay, and have a think about why this works. Okay, why haven't we got any x term in there? Have a think about it.